In today's video, we're going to discuss whether or not you should be paying to learn photography. I'm Michael Alexander, and let's get into it. What is up guys, Michael Alexander here and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today's video is going to be quite fun because I'm very passionate about it, because I think like many of you that has watched this video or is watching this video, I also had this question at one point in time: should I pay to learn photography? Now, I kind of want to discuss a few points, and then at the end of the video I kind of want to give a little bit more of a personal input, something that I also had to discover over time by myself. But with that all said and done, let's get into the video. Now, before we get into the depths of this video, I first want to say paying to learn photography is completely dependent on your goals and resources. But here are a few things to consider. Number one, the biggie. Do you have time and money to invest into a photography course or workshop? Are you looking to learn specific skills or techniques, or are you looking to improve your overall knowledge and understanding of photography? Do you prefer learning structured lessons, or are you comfortable learning on your own via online resources and experimentation? Do you have access to other resources such as photography books or online tutorials that could help you learn the skills that you are interested in? These are all very good questions to ask yourself before deciding to pay to learn photography. If you're serious about improving your photography skills and you have the resources and time available, taking a course or a workshop from a reputable instructor might be very good for you. These type of programs often provide structured lessons and opportunities for you to have hands-on learning. That could be helpful for those who prefer a more formal learning environment. On the other hand, if you are on a tight budget or prefer a more self-directed approach to learning, there are plenty of free and low-cost resources available online that can help you improve your photography. These include tutorials like what you'll see on my channel, different photography forums or even Facebook groups, and other YouTube channels dedicated to teaching photography. Ultimately, to pay for workshops and courses, anything to learn photography is dependent on you and your available resources and circumstances. But like I said, I really want to talk about some of the more personal things that I had to learn through my career about paying to learn photography and also going through free resources like YouTube. So again, like you, when I started photography, I started on a very low budget, but I was also reluctant on investing in myself as I wasn't exactly sure if photography was going to be the career path for me. Well, look where I am now, go figure. So when I started photography, I consumed a ton of free resources like YouTube, and I saw an improvement. No, I'm not saying that YouTube and stuff like that is not a good resource, because that would be very contradicting to what I'm doing here right now. But what I'm saying is that up to a certain point, free resources will only get you so far. The problem with using something like YouTube that I have found personally to learn photography is that we are all slaves to the algorithm. Even this video might not even do well. It's got to do with trendy bullshit. And the thing is with trendy bullshit is only fun for consumption and not for making actual money. You know, I might be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong with that. But from my experience, from what I learned on YouTube, I've slowly over time, since doing this professionally, reduced that trendy bullshit in my photographs. Not saying that I didn't learn something from doing that trendy bullshit. But if you're looking to get into something a bit more specific, like fitness photography, weddings, or corporates, I recommend doing proper online courses and workshops with real photographers that are actually masters of the industry. Now, something to also keep in mind when looking for a real photographer that hosts these type of workshops is you need to follow their career path really well. Everybody that is not making it as a photographer, that has learned a set of skills specific to a set genre, that knows how to take a good photo, ends up running a workshop. And unfortunately, what you are going to learn there is the exact same thing you could have learned by yourself, by just going out, getting models and doing that type of stuff. And I'm using stuff like fitness and wedding as an example. But the unfortunate thing is those people exist. And when looking for a workshop, this is where the workshop and paying thing has its own pitfall. YouTube, you know, if you don't like the video, next one. Paying, unfortunately, has cost you money, and it's going to cost you some time as well. So be very wary of who you are going to do a workshop from. Now, from my experience, a workshop is fantastic when you have found what you want to do in your career as a photographer and you want to niche down now. That is when you should do a workshop. When you're starting out, go on YouTube, go and explore so many genres out there that you can. And then when you find one you enjoy, pay for a workshop or a course more specific to that genre. I had a photographer that I followed for my entire career and my entire time that I've been doing photography. And he's specifically a wedding photographer. And just a couple of years ago, I took some money aside and I paid for his workshop. And he's not the cheapest workshop out there, and I can tell you that 100%. But I have, from his workshop to what I'm capable of doing now, I have earned all that money back several times. That is the beauty of getting a great workshop. So that is just a personal experience. And I know that was a bit more of a rambly part of the video, but I do feel like when I structure things, a lot of emotions get lost and a lot of personal experience gets lost. That is my little personal segment of whether you should or should not pay for photography. I hope it made sense. So to sum it up, in your beginning of your photography career, I highly recommend you experiment, use all the free resources you can, ask people, go out and shoot as much as you can until you've found a genre that you quite like. Then find an instructor, a photographer, a mentor that you identify with and that you have seen the benefits of what they can be teaching. And often, and this is something I can't stress enough, this is the golden nugget, so leave it down in the comments below if you made it this far. If they can't teach you how to run a business and make money off of it, it's not a good workshop. So always keep that in mind when looking for a mentor. But that is it for today, guys. Just a quick one. If you guys are interested in fitness photography and you want to get some fitness photography specific presets, I have a link down below to my fitness photography presets that I use on my images. And they are divided up in 2 different genres. One for natural light and one for off-camera flash. But if you buy the combo pack, you get both of them together plus 2 extra presets to help you speed up your workflow. And those 2 presets I use all the time. But with that all said and done, if you guys have any comments, anything that you want to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, leave it down in the comments down below and I'll definitely check them out and I'll try and answer it. Also, if you guys haven't already, it definitely does help. So we do have to ask on YouTube if you can leave a thumbs up at the end of the video or in the beginning of the video, sometime in the video. It definitely helps YouTube actually lift up this video and allows people to see it if you find any of this information useful. And another thing I hate asking for, if you guys are interested in more of my style of stuff and more stuff like this, definitely consider subscribing. I mean, it's free and you can always unsubscribe later, but yeah, that is it. That is my pitch. Hope you guys had a great time. Cheers. See you guys in the next video. Bye.